Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What do the super rich buy to prepare for the end of the world? They're not stocking up on ramen noodles. Think luxury underground bunkers and private security. Today, we explore 15 insane things billionaires buy to survive in style. First up, you gotta have a place to hide when the SHTF, right? And we're not talking about your grandma's basement here. Billionaires are dropping serious coin on elaborate, self-sufficient underground bunkers. I'm talking about state-of-the-art facilities designed to withstand anything from nuclear blasts to viral outbreaks. Imagine luxurious underground estates, complete with gourmet kitchens, swimming pools, medical bays, you name it. They've got air filtration systems that would make NASA jealous, private water sources, and enough supplies to last for years. And let's not forget security. We're talking about armed guards, biometric scanners, and surveillance systems that would make Fort Knox look like a joke. These billionaires are prepping for anything, and they're sparing no expense. All right, so you've got your badass bunker, but you can't survive on champagne and caviar alone, right? Water is essential, and these guys know it. That's why they're investing in top-of-the-line water purification systems. We're talking about systems that can filter out everything from bacteria and viruses to radioactive particles. These systems are so advanced, they could probably turn sewage into Evian. Some of these billionaires are even going a step further and building their own private reservoirs fed by underground springs or rainwater collection systems. Talk about self-sufficiency. They're basically creating their own little ecosystems down there. Clean water is crucial for survival, and these guys are making sure they have it in abundance. You know what they say. You can survive for weeks without food, days without water, but only minutes without air. In a post-apocalyptic world, clean air is a luxury. Chemical warfare, nuclear fallout, volcanic ash, all could pollute the air. That's why billionaires invest in sophisticated air filtration systems. These systems remove contaminants from dust to deadly toxins. Some even have oxygen generators for unbreathable air. It's like having a personal biodome, ensuring you can breathe easy. All right, let's talk security. When you're holed up in a luxury bunker with all the amenities you could ever dream of, you're going to attract some unwanted attention. Billionaires know this, and they're not taking any chances. We're talking about military-grade security systems here. Think motion sensors, thermal imaging cameras, and electrified fences. These bunkers are like fortresses, designed to keep out even the most determined intruders. Many billionaires are also hiring private security teams made up of former special forces soldiers and security experts. These guys are trained to handle any threat, from armed robbers to a full-blown zombie horde. They're not messing around. All right, so you've got your bunker, your water, your air, and your security. But what about electricity? You can't exactly power a luxury lifestyle on candles and generators, right? They're investing in renewable energy sources like solar panels and wind turbines. Some are even building their own microgrids, ensuring energy independence. Okay, so you've got your shelter, your water, your air, your security, and your power. But what about food? You can't live on Twinkies and Spam forever, right? Billionaires are thinking long-term when it comes to food security. They're investing in underground greenhouses and hydroponic farms where they can grow fresh fruits, vegetables, and even fish all year round, regardless of the conditions above ground. Imagine having a constant supply of fresh, organic produce, even if the outside world is a barren wasteland. Of course, they're also stocking up on non-perishable food items like rice, beans, and honey, just in case. But their goal is to be as self-sufficient as possible, and that means growing their own food. Now, you might think this next item is a little low-tech for a billionaire's doomsday prepper kit, but trust me on this one. Duct tape. That's right, good old-fashioned duct tape. This stuff is like gold in a crisis. You can use it to fix just about anything. Leaky pipe? Duct tape? Broken window? Duct tape? Need to improvise a shelter? You guessed it. Duct tape. It's versatile, durable, and surprisingly strong. Billionaires might have all the high-tech gadgets and gizmos, but they know that sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. The world's gone to hell, but you don't want to be cut off from civilization, right? Billionaires invest in communication tech to stay connected, even if networks fail. Satellite phones, shortwave radios, private internet networks. They need to communicate with business associates and relief agencies. They want to know what's happening, even if it's bad news. Information could be the difference between life and death. They're used to being connected 24/7. Now, let's talk about health. In a crisis situation, access to medical care could be limited or even non-existent. That's why billionaires are taking medical preparedness to the next level. We're not talking about your basic first aid kit here. These guys are stocking up on advanced medical equipment, like portable X-ray machines, defibrillators, and even surgical kits. They're basically building their own private hospitals in their bunkers. Many billionaires are also hiring private medical teams, made up of doctors, nurses, and paramedics, to provide on-site medical care for them and their families. They're sparing no expense to ensure that they have access to the best possible medical care, no matter what happens. All right, so you've got your survival needs covered, but let's be real. Surviving the apocalypse isn't just about staying alive. It's about maintaining some semblance of normalcy, some sense of enjoyment even when the world around you has gone mad. That's why billionaires are incorporating entertainment and leisure activities into their doomsday preps. We're talking about home theaters with massive screens and surround sound, fully equipped gyms with personal trainers, and even indoor swimming pools and spas. They want to be able to relax, unwind, and escape from the stress of surviving in a post-apocalyptic world. Because let's face it, even billionaires need a break from reality sometimes. Now, some of these preps might seem a little over the top, even for billionaires. But hey, these are people who are used to the finer things in life. They're not just going to give up their luxurious lifestyles because the world's ending. We're talking about things like wine cellars stocked with vintage wines, walk-in humidors filled with rare cigars, and even private art collections stored in climate-controlled vaults. They want to be surrounded by beauty and luxury, even in the midst of chaos. Some billionaires are investing in armored vehicles, helicopters, and even private jets, so they can escape danger and travel in style. It's about maintaining a sense of normalcy, of control, in a world that's gone mad. You know, it's not just about surviving the initial disaster, it's about being able to thrive in the aftermath, and that means being physically and mentally prepared for the challenges ahead. Billionaires understand this, and they're investing heavily in their personal fitness. They're hiring personal trainers, building state-of-the-art gyms in their bunkers, and stocking up on survival gear that would make Bear Grylls jealous. They're not just prepping for a vacation, they're prepping for a whole new way of life. All right, let's talk about food again, because even in a post-apocalyptic world, you gotta eat. And these billionaires, they're not exactly going to be satisfied with MREs and canned beans. That's why many of them are hiring private chefs to live and work in their bunkers, preparing gourmet meals even as the world burns around them. Imagine sitting down to a 5-course meal, complete with fine wine pairings, while the rest of humanity is fighting over scraps. It's the ultimate indulgence, a testament to the fact that even in the darkest of times, you can still enjoy the finer things in life. All right, so you've got your food, your water, your shelter, and your security. But what about entertainment? I mean, you can't just sit around and wait for the end of the world, right? Billionaires are investing heavily in entertainment systems for their bunkers, ensuring that they can stay entertained and distracted, even if the outside world is a wasteland. We're talking about state-of-the-art home theater systems, massive libraries of movies and TV shows, and even virtual reality setups that can transport them to other worlds. They want to be able to escape from reality, even if just for a little while. And hey, if you're going to survive the apocalypse, you might as well be entertained while you're at it, right? You know, it's interesting, when you think about what people would save if their lives were in danger, you might think of family photos, important documents, maybe some sentimental items. But for billionaires, it's not just about preserving memories, it's about preserving culture. That's why many of them are storing their priceless art collections in secure, climate-controlled vaults within their bunkers. We're talking about masterpieces by Picasso, Van Gogh, Warhol. They're protecting these treasures not just for themselves, but for future generations. They see themselves as stewards of culture, responsible for preserving humanity's greatest achievements, even in the face of annihilation. So there you have it, a glimpse into the world of billionaire doomsday prepping. It's a world of extremes, of excess, and of an almost unfathomable level of preparedness. But it also makes you think, doesn't it? What would you do if you knew the world was ending? What would you prioritize? What would you be willing to do to survive? It's a question we all have to ask ourselves, billionaire or not, because in the end, we're all just trying to survive.